Hey everybody, David here, Coastal Adventures. On another adventure today, we are walking down in the mangroves of Cudgen Creek. It's quite a windy, cold day here today. It's about 15 degrees. So I thought I'd come down into this sheltered position and try and get out of the wind a little bit. So here we are on Cudgen Creek. We have the mangroves, which hold the banks together, the root systems. They keep they act as a nursery for small fish, and this is a whole coastal ecosystem. The mangroves, and the mangroves run from all the way up there all the way through this creek system. So it's a beautiful little spot around here. So let's go for a little walk and we'll just have a look. I bought my trusty umbrella today because it looks like it's going to rain. So I'm a little bit far away from the car, so I don't want to get too wet. So here we are at Cudgen Creek. These holes in the sand are yabby holes. Yabbies are like little nippers, and I'll see if I can find some, but the flathead and the stingrays lay on top of those holes and suck the yabbies out of the holes. So I'll see if I can see a lay, which is where the stingray will lay on top of the holes and just start sucking. You'll see where they've been in there. But this is the mangroves. We're on the outside of the mangroves. That's how low the tide is at the moment. And these mangroves hold the entire bank and creek system together. Hey Falcon, how are you? Good to have you on my live stream. And Tasmania, are you getting this while getting up on the east of the east coast now? Hey, how are you? Hi everybody that's just joined me, and thank you. All right, so we're in Cudgen Creek at Kingscliff on the far north coast of New South Wales. We have a big wet weather system sitting over the top of us now, and the wind is howling. So I've come down into the bearing glove. Ace and Falcon. Welcome to everybody. Hello, and thank you for talking to me. So yeah, we have a big wet weather system and wind system sitting over the top of us at the moment. So that's why I've come down into the creek to try and get away from that wind and show you something really nice down here. We've got a large tide running at the moment, so you can see we're actually outside the mangroves. So that's all the mangroves, and those mangroves are what holds the banks together. And these roots, these are the roots of the mangrove tree. And these roots are what holds, what keeps the small fish safe. So a nursery. So the fish go inside those roots and the larger attack them. So this is a very high quality creek and river system here. So we'll just walk around the outside. You can see by the lack of people here how bad the weather is at the moment. This would usually be full of people around here, kids playing, riding their boards, their skis, their paddle boards, all the way up this creek system. It actually looks quite nice. Hey Leah, how are you? Good to see you back. What was I saying? Oh yeah, it's usually really full down here, and that's mangroves on either side. So that they are all mangrove trees, all holding this bank together. I think Cudgen Creek was actually voted one of the cleanest creek systems around in the New South Wales because of how clear the water is and how good the mangrove system is. So I've been a little bit without getting the, but look at that, just beautiful. Helen, how are you? That's good. I'm glad you're here for your daily visit. I was going to do my whale video today, but I could not get it working on OBS, so I'll have to do a bit more research. So stand by another couple of days until I can get the whales. So we're on Cudgen Creek in Kingscliff on the far north coast of Queensland, and we're just walking through the mangrove system. So I'll try not to damage any of the root system here. But look at this, we're right up inside it. It's just beautiful up here, so quiet. The wind's keeping the mosquitoes away, which is a very big plus. The wind, or the weather here at the moment is very windy. Very rainy. I bought my trusty umbrella, and the swell's picking up again with this breeze. So I might keep walking along this way. We'll go down to the rocks and we'll try and cross over. So now that you're welcome, Helen. I'm going to, now that Paul has shown me how to zoom my camera, we're going to make our way down to the mouth of Cudgen Creek, and I'll zoom in on the eagle's nest and see if we can see the baby eagle or one of the parents sitting on the nest. So that'll be quite good. I was saying before, all these holes, they're Yabby holes. The Yabbies are fantastic for bait. If you ever come fishing around here, you get what's called the Yabby pump, which is a long tube, which is about 3 to 4 foot long, and it's got a plunger in it, and you just pull the plunger backwards and it sucks the Yabby out of the hole. Hey Cliff, how are you? No, I never work, mate. I'm on holidays. Don't want to go back either. I'm having too much fun doing a live every day. So we'll just keep walking up the creek system here. How's it going, mate? Going for a nice walk in those beautiful lands, yes. I'm just going for a cruise through. Nobody around because it's so, the weather's so bad here. Here's let's start back one. I'll try and find the mangrove nuts. Where's a mangrove nut? Looks like these actually been planted. There's so many of them. Mangrove nuts, mangrove nuts. Oh, here they are. Lots of them just here. So they're mangrove nuts. And they come down here, they get washed around everywhere. They germinate, and these are small mangrove trees just starting their life cycle. So I'd say there are hundreds of them down here. It looks like they've been planted because this is just a big open area. I wouldn't, Cliff. I'm sure you would. They're pretty nutritious. Yes. So you can see up here, like there's there's 50 little mangrove trees just growing here. Let's hope they grow to maturity a bit and form a another impenetrable barrier of the creek onto the bank. So we can see here all that, that's all the roots down the bottom there, and the tree itself. And the leaves have a thick, waxy, well, the leaves are thick and waxy, and it's to stop the leaves sucking in the salt water. They still use fresh water, but they get it from the root system, which is out of the ground, if you understand that. Hey human, how are you? Good to see you, mate. So we're in Cudgen Creek, just cruising along, looking at the mangrove system, and then we'll do a walk along the creek. I'm actually walking along trying to find a stingray or a flathead lay, where they've just laid and waited in ambush, or the stingrays come along and just lay on top of the yabby holes and suck the yabbies out of the ground. So looks a bit quiet here. But this wind is pretty strong at the moment. There's no surf, but the wind is keeping the midges and mosquitoes away from me from when I'm down here in the mud flats. Okay, so yeah, we've got the rocks with the oysters on there. Where was I born, Cliff? I was born in Sydney, but I moved up here when I was very young. Thank you for asking. So, a local. Some guys don't think I am, and they're trying to kick me out of where I work and make me move north, which is very unfortunate. But here we go. Look at the mangroves are just built around these rocks here. Looks quite good, doesn't it? And they're all these. I'm glad I got my pointer. All these are oysters. So let's keep making our way around. Oh, we're in the dirty stuff here, and then the mud is stinking. We need smell vision on this, or smell cam on this. Just out here, it looks quite nice looking across there, but we have a pelican just cruising. So picturesque down here. Hello, doing it all. How are you? Good to see you. What are those sticks in the mangroves? They're the mangroves roots. Doing it all. Have you got your YouTube all set up yet? So we'll keep cruising along the creek here. Yeah, I'm just coming up to some oysters, so I'll try not to get cut by them. I said the other day, they have got poison in them, so you will end up with a large infection wherever you get cut, so you have to actually scrub it out. So the best way that I know is to use peroxide. Oh, those, so got some birds out there in the rocks. And those birds stink. They've got that typical bird smell, very dusty. Ugh. So I'll give you the wide view, guys. There we go. Let's see if I can get through here. That's the bridge over Cudgen Creek. So there we go. Nice shot with the foreground. Look at that. A couple of rocks. Good morning, Somi. How are you? Have I ever jumped off the bridge? No, too high. It's about 5 meters, way too high for me. Thanks everybody for your likes. If you're liking what you're watching, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. I'm on holidays at the moment, so I'm doing one live stream every day. But when I eventually go back to work, I will be back to 3 to 4 live streams a week. So, oh, there's a mangroves growing right in the middle of the rock system. I'll keep cruising along this way, staying clear of the oysters. There's oysters everywhere here. I'll climb up the bridge, I think. Here's the typical root system of mangrove. Have a look at this. Ajaz, how are you? So that's the root system of a mangrove. Pretty complex, isn't it? And like I said before, it's a nursery in here for all the fish. And the smaller fish hide down in the mangrove roots and breather tubes, and the larger fish can't get them. And then those smaller fish grow until they're a large fish, and then they move out of the creek system. Yuck. Huh. Look at the mud. Yuck. Disgusting. And stinks. Oh, I don't know if I'll even get through that way. Let's keep going and try. Don't know if anybody's been up here for a little while. If you just joined us, guys, I'm at Cudgen Creek on the far north coast of New South Wales, Australia. And I'm just doing a walk around Cudgen Creek, which is just south of the Queensland-New South Wales border. And this is pretty impenetrable. I don't know where I can get up. So I'll just keep trying, see how we go. Stay tuned. We will be crossing over to the other side of the bridge, and we'll walk across the mangroves there, and we'll make our way to the mouth of the Cudgen Creek, and we'll go along Kingscliff Beach and have a look along Kingscliff Beach. So stay tuned for that, guys. We've also got... No, I definitely aren't getting through here. Can't even see a little path. Might get through here. Heaps of broken glass, so obviously people have been down here before. Hey Paul, how are you? Stand by. Any better, Paul? I think I'm going to have to head back out, guys. So we'll keep heading out through this mangrove system. There's heaps of glass here, so people have come down here before. But bear with me, I'm trying to get out of here. I thought I'd be really smart and adventurous, but it's backfiring on me. So we'll walk back this way. So you can see the break in the rocks here and how the mangroves have just found a slight area that they can go inside the rocks. I'll be careful, mate. It'll only be my feet that get cut up. Let's hope that doesn't happen. All right, we're back to where we started. I feel like Malcolm Douglas out here. This is where I got all the stinking mud all over me. Yuck. Back in there. Yuck. Oh, this is disgusting. Whose idea was it to come down here, guys? All right. Back at the creek. Mangroves everywhere. Let's hope I don't slip. Whoops, slippery as. Oh, yuck. Paul and Human, it's all up to you guys. I'm just looking where I'm walking now. If you can entertain everybody while I'm making my way through here, be much appreciated. All right, I'm coming up. Yuck, now I'm sinking up to my ankles in mud here. Blech. I must be getting soft in my old age. All right. Let's have one last look up this creek system. Look at that. Quite beautiful. And looking across this way. Nice conditions down here at the moment. All right. I go up this rock wall. Oysters everywhere. I can see myself getting cut here. All right. I'll walk up these rocks. Just bear with me, guys. Okay, I'm up. Now across the busy road system. Okay. Okay, we can see how low that tide is. So let's make our way down onto the sand, and then we'll walk up the creek line. Yes, Leo, it was a bit rugged. Okay, now we're up the more populated side. I'll wash my feet as we go along. Okay, so here's all those yabby holes again. You can see all the holes in the water. They're yabby holes. And I'm still trying to find where a flathead or a stingray has laid. You can see there are marks on the sandbank. But Human was just talking about the crabs, so that's what the crabs have all dug up and moved around their holes. So they do quite a good job. Hard workers. Oh, does it, Leah? Thank you, Human. You are a wealth of knowledge. But for a Saturday here, there is totally nobody on this creek system except for me. A couple of seagulls. Oh, there's some kids fishing just back there underneath the bridge. One pelican. Hopefully we might even see a stingray in close here, guys. But we'll make our way down as far as we can, and then we're going to head down on the walkway, and we'll come out near the mouth of the creek, and then we'll have a look at the eagle's nest down here, and hopefully find the parents or the baby in the nest. So stay tuned for that. But while we make our way there, we're coming up to more mangroves over there on the left. Heaps of yabby holes, they're everywhere. Hello Martin, how are you? Good to see you on the channel today. Guys, just while I'm making my way across this sand, if you're liking what you're watching, please like and subscribe. I'd like to thank all my viewers that come every day to watch. Very much appreciated. Thank you very much. All you new guys today watching, thank you for joining us. I hope you're enjoying what you're watching. I was going to show a video on whales today, but I could not get the live stream to work across my channels on my computer. So I'm going to have to do a bit more research on that. But stay tuned for that, because that's some fantastic footage. So you can see that there. That is someone who has used a Yabby pump. Remember I was telling you that it's a long tube, about 3 to 4 foot long. There's another one there, and it's got a plunger inside with a valve, and you pull back on the plunger, and that just causes a suction, and it forces the Yabby pump down into the sand. And you keep doing that until you're right down to the handle, and then you pull everything out and then spit it all out in the water, and then you'll find yabbies coming out everywhere. This is very, very good yabby territory here. There are yabby holes everywhere. So you can see the houses up there, the lucky few that live on the creek system. But this creek has flooded all up through those places. When we had the big floods not so long ago, it all washes down off the hill there at Kujun. I'll just make my way back this way, get back up onto the bank a bit. Still haven't seen any flathead or stingrays, guys. Sorry about that. They must all be out in deeper water. But like I said, I'm going to make my way down to the mouth and then walk along Kingscliff Beach a bit. And when we get out there, there will be the eagle's nest that we can have a look at and see, hopefully find the eagle parents and the baby on the nest. But you can see all the crab piles that the workers just keep pulling out of the holes all the time. Those crabs just work non-stop. Great little workers. Now we're coming up a few more rocks and oysters. Just watch my footing here because there's oysters everywhere. Aha, finally. That's where a flathead is laid. So you can see with my trusty pointer, that's the head of the stingray, and that tapers back down to the tail. Very juvenile. It's very small, that one. It's only about, I suppose, 10 inches long. But yeah, there you can see where there has been a flathead laying. Let's have a look at this. Like ants, yes, Leah. They just keep working all day. It's quite a nice little shot looking up the creek there. Right in the background you have your Norfolk pines, and that's where we're walking to, so stay tuned guys. We'll get out there, but we'll just keep exploring on our way out. So in 5 minutes, hang around guys, we will be out at the mouth. You can just, when we get there, you'll be able to see how bad the wind is and the weather is here at the moment. That's why I've come down in the creeks today, just to keep out of the weather a little bit. Make it a little bit more enjoyable for me especially. I hope you're liking what you're seeing guys. Yep, I should be able to make this the whole way around. So let's just go and have a look across the other side. Paul, do we have snakes hanging around here? Yes, we would have the eastern browns. Third deadliest snake in the world. They're everywhere. So they live in the coastal system, so they'll be living in those rocks. What they're after is the more move around this area, the more rubbish that's left, more rats that show up, and then the more snakes. So it's a bit of a vicious cycle there. Nobody likes the snakes hanging around them, but we're the ones that are bringing the vermin in. So they're coming in to keep the population of vermin down. So there is not, oh, there's 3 people over there, 1 person over there on their ski doing their training. So on the weekend in the beautiful weather, there'll be hundreds of people down here. Very, very popular, especially in the middle of summer. On the high tide, people will just be standing here up to their necks and they all stand around and just have a talk. I'm one of them. It's quite relaxing. I take out a little board, lay on that, play with the daughter and the wife. Well, play with the daughter, annoy the wife, more like it. She likes to keep her hair dry, and I like to wet it. But yes, just around the corner here, well, it's no stingray lays, It's amazing. There should be heaps. But all these holes along here, that's where someone's come along with their Yabby pump and tried to get yabbies. All right, so that's looking out the mouth of the creek there. I'll just zoom in for you. There'll be no snakes around today, Leah. It's too cold for them. They'll be hiding somewhere. They'll be on the rock if they're out, trying to keep warm. But that's out the mouth of the creek, and that's where we're heading. Well, there's some people, parents with their kids out on the right on that sand spit there. They'll be just playing. Keep making our way around. So we've got straight above us there, we've got high tension power lines linking the populated side, which is behind me, over to this side, which is for fishermen. There's some toilets over there, so they need lights. There's no housing over that side. So we've just about come to the end of the sand walk. So this gets quite deep around here, and this is where a lot of people come, just in this little bit of area here. It could be up to 30 or 40 people just swimming in this area. Around the corner, we have some guys that leave their skis, so they do their training from here. And that's the surf life saving support op shed. So someone's in there